Urgent breaking news. Riding off the coattail of the impending executive order and Secretary Yellen's leaked statement, the crypto markets are seeing green. This is extremely big news. We now have two potential powerhouse countries gunning to be number one in the cryptocurrency space. The first, you guessed it, the United States of America. Today, Biden's plan was published and is considered a comprehensive crypto approach with 6 main points. We're going to get into those in just a minute, but it appears there is a new contender on the field. Dubai also putting their hat in the ring, pledging to be the future of crypto. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum says, quote, "The future belongs to whoever designs it." Beautiful words, my friend. In just a 24-hour time period, we have seen perhaps the most substantial crypto developments ever. With the US's increased interest in crypto, seeing other countries pick up the torch is extremely exciting and probably to be expected. So let's talk about this 6-point plan. Later today, US President Joe Biden will sign a long-anticipated executive order on digital assets. Despite fears that the order may sound like a regulatory clampdown in the industry, the language in the document, both from Yellen's leaked statement and what we're seeing now, is actually pretty soft and favorable. The key focus is on coordination and consolidation of various agencies' efforts within a unified national policy. This is giant. If you caught our breaking news yesterday, you probably remember me saying how this is going to lead to regulatory clarity. Any regulatory clarity is positive. A lot of naysayers out there believe that it's not in the spirit of crypto, and I do agree with you. However, join me, fam, in this thought. Let's let them try, and we can laugh when they fail. The executive order designates 6 key areas of the government's involvement with the digital asset ecosystem. Number 1, consumer and investor protection. This is the fundamental building block of what regulatory clarity is going to look like. Financial stability, financial inclusion, responsible innovation, and combating illicit financial activity. This is the kicker. The United States global financial leadership. This is all but saying the US is not looking to be number 2 in the crypto space. The order directs specific agencies to lead in designated policy and enforcement domains. The Treasury Department will take lead in the developing of policy recommendations for mitigating both systematic and consumer risks associated with digital assets. The Financial Stability and Oversight Council is directed to assess global and domestic risks and highlight policy gaps that should be closed. Matters of national security and combating illicit finance will become a whole of government concern, with all relevant agencies, quote, directing unprecedented focus of coordinated action on crypto-related risks. In addition to assessing risks, Biden's executive order makes a nod at digital assets' potential to expand the accessibility of financial services and contribute to maintaining the United States' global financial leadership. Specifically, it directs the Department of Commerce to devise a framework ensuring that the U.S. is competitive in the digital asset space. You guys have probably heard me rail on about this before, that the U.S. was falling behind and it was beginning to worry me. I had concerns that the United States was going to ignore cryptocurrency until it was too late. So to see some kind of action despite not having a physical ETF approved, we're likely seeing that foundation laid down here with this order. The timing of this rhetoric is amid the US government's heightened concern over the possibility of Russia using cryptocurrency to dodge Western sanctions in the wake of its military actions in Ukraine. Speculations regarding the contents of the order began to circulate yesterday before its actual publication, as Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen's statement on the order was leaked, apparently by error. This order is going to foster the acceleration and priority of studies that test for the development of a CBDC. An in-depth analysis of the risks cryptocurrency poses to the United States financial system and the digital dollar will enter the world of cryptocurrencies to compete with the digital yuan, launched by China and other virtual currencies. I don't think this is surprising to anyone. I was one of the largest skeptics of stablecoins, or USDT, back when they launched. I couldn't imagine a world where the US government was okay with another entity parading around, basically printing out currency. If done correctly, a digital dollar could add safety to the cryptocurrency space. If you've been around for years, I'm sure you've heard the countless Tether FUD stories. These did not make for a safe investing environment, especially as the crypto market began to lean harder and harder on stablecoins. While I don't love the idea of the US government controlling a digital dollar, I really don't find it any worse than, say, Tether. In fact, I believe that we could see protections put on a digital dollar that Tether could only dream of. The days of stablecoin FUD may be coming to an end. The biggest takeaway here for me is the fact that the United States is not only acknowledging cryptocurrency for what it is, but it's challenging the world to keep up. This challenge is not going to go ignored. Most of the language does seem geared towards the digital dollar, and so it does appear that our cryptocurrencies are not likely in the crosshairs of this legislation, at least for now. If you're worried about this legislation overreaching and becoming something threatening, the best advice I can give you is to get your coins off of centralized platforms and into your wallet. While they're on centralized platforms, they are vulnerable to government overreach. Regulation is not a train that's going to slow down, so we need to learn to protect ourselves and take steps to make sure that we don't end up in the line of fire.